What is going on, everyone? I am the YuGiOh Scrub, but please just call me Bailey. I've shaved the mustache because I was meeting a family member that I had not seen in a very, very long time, like probably since I was under 10 years old. So I, kind of felt like I shouldn't show off the 80s porn star mustache when I was first meeting him for kind of like the second time, but as an adult. So that's why the mustache is gone. Hopefully it'll be back in, I don't know, a month or two. We'll see. But today, I'm going to be fulfilling a request that a couple of you, especially some of you loyal subscribers of mine, which I am seeing the comments, trust me, I'm reading them, I'm looking at them, and you have wanted to see this for a while now, so I'm finally doing it for you all. Let's go right into the deck profile, though. We got the one Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys. I would run 2 of it, but it's limited to 1 in GOAT format, so 1 copy. 3 Hand of Nephthys. I'd probably run 2 in, I'd say a better build, but I'm trying to build an Nephthys deck, so I want to make sure I see it as much as possible, so I'm just going to run 3 in today's build for you all. 1 Magician of Faith, because it's a level 1 spellcaster. This is a level 2 spellcaster, Hand of Nephthys being that level 2. And Apprentice Magician can float into both of those cards relatively consistently. Only running 2 Apprentice Magician, though, because it does one thing and one thing only, and that's float into level 1 or 2 spellcaster monsters. Mystic Tomato, on the other hand, can get the Apprentice Magician or Sandgan, so it does a little bit more. That's why I'm running a 2-in-2 ratio rather than like 3-in-1 or just 3 in another card, because I really want the access that Tomato has to just give me other things as well. Sandgan can help me get cards like Sinister Serpent or Tsukiyomi, because I'm kind of running a GOAT engine, so Sinister Serpent's always just a good card to have, and Tsukiyomi can help flip things face down, like an opponent's monster, maybe a Thousand Eyes of Trick, etc. We got the 3 Thunder Dragons. I kind of am running a Chaos engine in this, and for that I'm running 1 Blackluster Soldier, but the Thunder Dragon are more important because we run 2 Brain Control and 1 Creature Swap. I'm running a 2-in-1 ratio. You can kind of flip it around. You can probably do 2 Creature Swap, 1 Brain Control. Really, we'll see how we're dueling today, and if we see a Brain Control and we're like, it really would have been a better if it were a Creature Swap, maybe we switch it up. You can do whatever you want with the deck build if you ever decide to make this yourself, though. I'm running 2 Brain Control because I want the ability to steal a monster. If I need to attack with it, I can tribute over it for something like a Thunder Dragon, tribute it off for a Metamorphosis, whatever it might be, or maybe the Hand of Nephthys. For staples, gotta run Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, Delinquent Duo, the Trinity. Premature Burial, Snatch Steal, Heavy Storm, Mystical Space Typhoon, just more good cards. 2 Metamorphosis and 2 Scapegoat. Metamorphosis works well with the Brain Control. I can just steal an opponent's monster and get rid of it with the Metamorphosis. I can do it with Scapegoat token. I can do it with Sinister Serpent. Whatever it might be. Scapegoat only running 2 of, although it is good with the Creature Swap. Because I'm running Recruiters, it kind of, if you float with a Recruiter, you can't activate Scapegoat that turn. Also, Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys is a Heavy Storm, not a Harpy's Feather Duster, so if I have a Scapegoat set and say 2 monsters on the field and Sacred Phoenix comes back and I can't chain Scapegoat, I get no value for it. Frankly, I actually wouldn't be able to chain it anyways because Sacred Phoenix would be special summoning itself. So, because of that, I really don't want more than 2 copies of this card because I don't want to ever get it destroyed for no value. 2 Heavy Storm, it is a quick play. I could set it as a trap, but it also can be used as a more offensive card in your hand. 2 Noblemen of Crossout works well with the Book of Moon. I can just set something face down and then get rid of it. Then for traps, because I don't want to run too many because they could just get destroyed, Mirror Force, Torrential, Ring of Destruction, Call of the Haunted. Because Sacred Phoenix, if it's just destroyed by any card effect, it doesn't have to be your opponent's. You can do something like if, say, you get your Call of the Haunted Mystical Space Typhoons, you can chain it, get the Sacred Phoenix, and because when this card is destroyed, Call of the Haunted, it destroys the monster, that would then trigger Sacred Phoenix for the turn after. Finally, we're running the 1 Breaker and 1 Jinzo just for an extra tribute summon. Also not running many traps, so Jinzo's pretty good. Side deck, we're running 2 Deswombat, 3 Kaiku, because we do not want get our Sacred Phoenix banished from a Chaos monster. 1 Tribe Infecting Virus, 1 Asura Priest, and the 2nd Tsukiyomi, and a 3rd Metamorphosis and Scapegoat in case we want to go to a more GOAT-heavy build. If we run into something like Flip Control, we have 2 Mind Control that we can put in over the Brain Control, because obviously Brain Control can only take face-up monsters. And finally, we have 3 Divine Wrath, only because we might run into something like Chaos, and Divine Wrath, I probably could run Judgment and it would be a little bit better, but it's another kind of funny counter trap way to get rid of your opponent's monster. Also, let's make sure we are in the right screen. When I say the right screen, I mean the right scene. I may have actually recorded that deck profile in the wrong view, but whatever, we're just going to go with it because I've tried to record this video like 5 or 6 times now, and I just keep stumbling my words, so we're just going to go ahead and do it. I will be going second after he wins the rock, paper, scissors, drawing Snatch Steal, Creature Swap, Brain Control, Nobleman, and Apprentice Magician. So a lot of ways to steal my opponent's monster. He is typing. Let's see. He's saying lag already. It's a great start. What's he got? He's got 6 cards, all unknown at the moment. Let's hope it's not too laggy of a game. I like the Lodgin. Let me know, guys. I was thinking of mixing up my sleeves. Potentially putting something like my YouTube channel or some way to tell people about my channel on my sleeves, just because I think it'd be a kind of interesting way, and, you know, it's free promotion. Something like maybe my face with, like, in my mouth saying, like, YuGiOh Scrub. Something silly and stupid. But let me know if you want to see that over the Dandy tokens, or if you want me to switch them up for just different sleeves in general. Let's go ahead and just start with a Nobleman across out, targeting its face-down monster. It is Big Shield Gardna. Okay, so it's negated. Wow. That's a card. Okay. So, yeah, I can now brain control, because it's just, I can. So let's brain control, pay 800, and steal Big Shield Gardna. Never thought I'd be saying that sentence. Take your Big Shield Gardna, sir. And I will summon and prio. Tribute both. Response. If he wants to do something. Alright, so let's get the Sacred Phoenix. So we got that in rotation right away, and let's just go ahead and attack. Mirror Force would do nothing. Sakuretsu Armor. Okay, Wall of Revealing Light, calling 3,000. That's fine. And I'll just have to... I'll set the Creature Swap just as a bluff, and I'll end up turn there. I don't think I'm going to be needing Creature Swap. Maybe it'd be decent because I have the Apprentice Magician, but whatever. If he does destroy Sacred Phoenix, obviously it's just bad for him. I kind of need a way to find... Like, I need to find a way to destroy it myself. Standby main. Draw Thunder Dragon for turn. Just go ahead and discard the Thunder Dragon right away. And let's add 2 to hand. Now let's go ahead and I'll normal summon Apprentice Magician. Assuming that is okay with him. Next, I'll be activating Creature Swap. And assuming he doesn't have a Scapegoat, because that would be one card he could chain. Yeah, so he's thinking. So he might chain Scapegoat and just give me a goat token, which I'm fine with. But I might be able to steal a potentially important flip monster. Excuse me. Like, it won't show me what card it is. I'ma flip this because it won't reveal your face down. But I'm not committing to Alright, yeah, you guys saw that. It just wouldn't show me. Now it does. I think maybe it was a thing because, like, it couldn't... I wonder if it's because when we move it, the change control, if you do change control, it would say this is now my card, but because we moved it, it's still reviewing it like it's his card, and I shouldn't have the knowledge, so it wasn't revealing it to me, but it's a morphing jar. I'm fine with that. I'll go ahead and set the Snatch Steal and just end my turn. If he wants to attack the jar, then he can attack the jar. It'll give him a bunch of draws, but it'll also give me a bunch of draws. Battle phase. Flip. To grave. To grave. / draw 5. Okay, these are good cards. I'm fine with that. Losing 2 Thunder Dragon, like, means nothing to me. He also has a clogged back row. So, it's pretty good for me. Standby main. Let's go ahead and I think just start by activating the Nobleman across out. If it's another big shield gardener, it's a big shield. No, it's exiled force. Okay. Yeah, I'll start then with a delinquent duo. And let's see. Okay, is he gonna maybe judgment? Hitting the middle card. It's a gravity bind. And upstart goblin that he discards on his own. Excuse me. Let's go ahead then and activate the Pot of Greed next. Attack is equal to or less than amount you paid. Okay. I'm trying to feel, is there any way I could get my own card destroyed? I don't know if there actually is at the moment. I think, though, the play is just going to be... I don't think Snatch Steal. I think normal summoning the Sandgan. Thinking the Sandwich card. Yeah, I'll just normal summon. Or could I... In theory, I could, like, take it with Thousand Eyes Restrict. Take my Apprentice Magician, but, like, it doesn't do anything after that. I'm just going to normal summon Sandgan and end the turn. I don't think he has a way to flip Morphing Jar face down. It seems like he's running... frankly, just, like, a bad deck. I don't know what his deck's really trying to do. Is it just, like, hard stall? Okay, Jinzo's a card. Okay. I mean, I think maybe I wait until I get a Premature Burial or Call of the Haunted before I go for Jinzo. Because I think he's almost certainly going to have a Solemn for this. So I'd either want, like, Call, Premature, or Heavy Storm. I think just ending the turn is the best play here. Because I'm going to summon Jinzo and he would absolutely just Judgment. I'm almost certain he has a Judgment. Okay. I'm still actually a little hesitant to activate a Mystical Space Typhoon. Because then it'll give him ability to, you know, actually, like, run cards. I think I'm going to set the Sinister Serpent, activate Metamorphosis, and get rid of the Sinister Serpent. And does he have a response? Because I think if that's, like, a Cyber Jar, then I could steal it. And that's kind of important. If he does Judgment here, Skill Drain. Okay. So, Skill Drain comes out. Actually, I'll put that in defense. Just because no reason to put it in attack if it isn't a actual good card at the moment. That's actually kind of annoying. Because now Jinzo wouldn't get his effect when he first enters the field. Though in theory... Actually, no. I was going to say, if he still has Judgment... I was like, I could tribute for the Jinzo. Tribute something. Then it would be negated, so he might not do anything right away. But then I could then MST the skill drain, and suddenly it would be live. But then he could just Judgment the MST. I still think it might actually be the play. I'm going to tribute for Jinzo. Sandgan will get a search, and I will go for... I think Tsukiomi's probably just the best play here, because if I can find a way to get the skill drain off the field, next I will attempt to MST the skill drain. Okay, that's kind of crazy. He's running Fake Trap. And I guess that's the end of my turn. Yeah. So I'm fine with that. I mean, it gives him the free open ability. Graceful Charity. That's kind of what I was worried about. Now that he has an open spell and trap column, he can actually, activate cards. But what am I supposed to do? Like, I need to eventually try to do something. If I can just get the skill drain off field, he discards Big Shield Gardener and another skill drain. So is he just, like, going for deck out? I'm a little confused as to what his deck is actually going for. He Rhodas. I've already gotten rid of Exiled Force. So, what? DD Warrior Lady? I'm trying to think of, like, another warrior that does something. Maybe the Big Shield Gardener. Okay, I was gonna say, excuse me, Sangan is not a warrior. Okay, so he's just activating with no... He's failing to find. So let's see, he's running 2 Big Shield Gardener, or that's a Big Shield Gardener face down. He's going to attack, and just gonna get over the 1,000 dice restrict. And that's fine. I don't have anything over 3,000, but I just need to find... I mean, Breaker wouldn't do it. Another Metamorphosis could get the Sacred Phoenix into the graveyard. Yeah, I think the play's just end turn here. Can't do anything. Cyberjar would destroy the Sacred Phoenix. So, like, maybe that's a good play. Torrential Tribute. Yeah. I mean, maybe I can TT my own field. The only problem is, again, the skill drain is there, and so it does nothing. Because Sacred Phoenix would come back and just get negated immediately. What's the play here? I'm just going to end the turn. Unfortunately, I mean, this is his deck in action. Just a stall deck. Making sure that I can't do anything ever. Okay, go ahead and activate Pot of Greed. So I guess I'll tell you a little bit about why I was frustrated today. Basically, okay, Call of the Haunted. I know I was just about to start a story, but that kind of can be good because that gives me another somewhat fake access to maybe destroying my own Sacred Phoenix. I'm just going to pass turn one more time. But I basically got an RV. It's an old RV, but I put it into the shop. I called a couple months ago. And they said, yep, like, we can do the work. I brought it in. They said, okay, like, took a quick look. But there was basically said, bring it home, give us a call, make an appointment, and we'll get it in, and we'll be able to do some work on it. I'm like, okay, cool. So I ended up calling not too long later and made the appointment. It took me a little bit longer than I probably should have to finally make the appointment, but whatever. I made an appointment with this organization, this crew. And from there, okay, what do I actually want to do? Just quickly thinking. Book of Moon does nothing. In theory, I'm going to go ahead and set Brain Control, just because I think Book of Moon, I could always, actually flipping Book of Moon and getting the Morphing Jar face down. I could try to go for some weird, like, deck out strategy, which would be funny. Regardless of all this, though, I told them, like, can you do the work? They said yes. I brought it in. They said, okay, my RV, it's a 73, so it's like literally 47 years old, double my own age. And he was like, look, it's a big vehicle. He wanted it in and out of this like big truck because it's like a truck maintenance place. They don't do work on just like any small vehicles. It's big stuff, which is understandable. I mean, that's their business. Okay, drawing breaker. Do I want to activate TT here? It would certainly clear up the field, but I think I need to have a backup plan for when I do that. Just gonna go ahead and set the scapegoat. But so I brought it to them, and it's now been 9 weeks this Wednesday. It'll be 9 weeks, and I've asked them plenty of times, like, and I think I've been very, very understanding. Like, they have a business, my vehicle's old, and it might require some time, so I'm like, I get it, other things, you need to work on other trucks before mine, but every single time I call, it's basically, oh, it's gonna be another, got it, like 2 or 3 trucks in front of you. They take a couple of days each, some like next week, maybe 2 weeks from that. And it's now been 9 weeks, and he keeps telling me like I'll give you a call when we got work like ready to go and everything. It's just been false promise after false promise after false promise at this point. And so I'm just in my head, I'm done, and I've asked him I'll get it off of his property. I might as well just not do the work. And I said I just want the reimbursement because I'd had this thing towed there for $400. And he's kind of fighting me on that, saying like, I mean, he hasn't said I shouldn't get the reimbursement, but he needs to talk to the owner. And for me, I'm like, what is your business? This is literally just such a bad business. I don't even understand how they can sit here and tell me that, like, make all these promises. Like, oh, it's just gonna be a couple of days, and so whatever. I should be talking to the owner tomorrow, and hopefully I can get this all sorted out. But trust me, it has been very frustrating being on the receiving end of this. Now, again, don't want to go too into it just because you guys don't need to hear about all my personal issues in terms of, like, what I have to do and what I'm paying for. Oh, I actually need to discard one card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll discard the Tsukiyomi for a turn. It was just, if he says anything, it was 7 cards in my hand at end phase. I would have maybe set one of my... Actually, I probably wouldn't have set anything because I just don't want to set a card into a bad zone that I can't get rid of. There's the heavy storm. Okay. Alright, so... He says he swears he has a win condition. It's probably a last turn, maybe. Okay, so if I flip Summon Sinister Serpent and Torrential Tribute, that would get rid of everything on the field. He would still have Skill Drain, Wall of Revealing Light, and 2 face downs. If I then activated... I'm trying to think if there's any way, like, what the best course of action would be. Because he almost certainly has another fake trap. What can I do here? Is there anything I can do? I think the play is going to be, I'm just going to try it. Flip Summon and activate Torrential Tribute. He's thinking. Maybe Judgment. I mean, what could he have? And during what, my next standby phase? Yeah, during my next standby phase. I'm just making sure that Sacred Phoenix wouldn't be next turn. It'll be, again, my next turn when it'll come back. So technically he'll have an open field, or maybe I'll probably summon like Breaker. Is he gonna let it go through? He's thinking. I don't know what you're thinking about. I mean, you have two options right here. He's gonna Solemn Judgment, okay. So, that is 1900 he'll be taking. I don't have a Solemn Judgment of my own. Alright, he's saying Holy Lag. That's why he's taking some time. Now, do I Heavy Storm? I'm trying to think. Snatch Steal and Brain Control don't do too much right now. They just give me the Apprentice Magician for nothing. I think I have to Heavy Storm here. It was last turn. Okay. So now what do I want to do? I think definitely going to go ahead and special summon by banishing a light and a dark. And then what do I do from here? Probably just go ahead and attack. Cyberjar. Alright, to grave, to grave, to grave, to grave, to grave. Banish 5. And special summon to hand, to hand, to hand. And he's getting non-aggression area, Rhoda, fake trap. It's actually kind of funny because the morphing jar would have been potentially game. Sangan's going to get a Cat of Ill Omen and add it to hand. And, oh, well, battle phase, attack for 1000. And then main phase 2. I think I have not normal summoned yet, so I'm going to go ahead and normal summon, put a counter, set, and set, and I'll just go ahead and set one more. And in the main Earth's draw phase, I win. Please tell me that's just game. Here's Wadapon. That has to be game. Please tell me this long-ass game is over. Okay, so... Alright. GG for game 1. Now let's see what else I can do. Does Wombat does nothing. Tribe Infecting Virus kinda does something. Divine Wrath doesn't do much. I think I'm just gonna go into it with the same deck and just kind of... I sided a little bit. It took me some time. Hopefully you all are having a great day today. I guess I'll also take this time to talk about the new series I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to say what it is yet. You'll have to wait till Thursday. I've decided it's going to be a Thursday series after seeing a couple of you commenting again. Just a couple of you, because not huge right now. But I think that Thursday's the way to go. Like I've said before, SEMO's got a bunch of days already taken. Like, I want to do a day that isn't filled yet, so it will give people something to watch on those days when there's nothing. I can be that person that gives you something. Opening hand is Scapegoat, Duo, Breaker, T-Drag, Torrential Tribute. And draw Tsukiyomi for turn. Let's go ahead and just start with the Thunder Dragon. Grabbing ourselves 2 Thunder Dragon from deck to hand. And go in with Delinquent Duo. Now let's hit the middle card. It was Wall of Revealing Light. That's a great hit. He's thinking on his next one. Probably going to summon Breaker this turn. I think that's just the best play. I might set the Scapegoat and Torrential before attacking with the Breaker, just in case it's a Morphing Jar. Though it could also easily be a... He's going to discard Sandgan. Why do I keep saying Sandgan? I never have done that. Discard Sandgan. And let's go ahead and... I mean, that could be Call the Haunted, but why would he set Call the Haunted with nothing already in grave? So I'm just going to go ahead and normal summon Breaker. Get the token and pop it, if he allows me. It was Mask of Restrict. Okay, he's actually... That's a cool way to stop my deck, and the other player can tribute cards. Next, I will set the Scapegoat, set the TT, and attack, and hope that... Okay, it's Big Shield Gardener. That's fine. I'll take another 1,000. So I've taken 2k this turn from the Duo and the... That's actually kind of funny. It goes to attack position. I kind of forgot that that's a thing. So from the Duo and the attack into Big Shield Gardener, I end up losing 2,000 defense, or 2,000 life points. Now what do I want to do here? Graceful Charity is a draw. Graceful. And let's go ahead and discard 1 Thunder Dragon. And I think the Sinister Serpent that we drew off the top is also pretty good discard. Now, I think the play here is going to be setting Magician of Faith. And do I attack? No, I think I set the Book of Moon. If he has True Nade and that's like a mere Morphing Jar, I just don't want to run into a Morphing Jar right now. If it's Cyber Jar, it's Cyber Jar. It was the Cyber Jar. Yeah, I think... Do I want to do anything? Yeah. To grave. To grave. And I will summon both of these and attack. Unfortunately, the Cyber Jar on his own turn is pretty good. He gets Morphing Jar, Judgment, Skill Drain, Rhoda. So he's thinking on the battle position, which I'd say is a pretty good thought process going on right now. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Graceful Charity off of our Magician of Faith. Really was hoping that would go through, and of course it had to be the Cyber Jar. So he is going to go in face down defense position from the Morphing Jar. I think, unless he has a way to stop me from tributing, I'm probably going to actually, if he sets another card especially, Rhoda, okay. I think the play is going to be actually Hand of Nephthys, tribute the Sandgan, and then TT. He has to set another monster as well. Okay, so he is setting the monster. And... Okay, so standby. Main. Tribute. I have Prio, so he has to allow it to go through. And unless he has a response... Nope. Alright, go ahead and summon the Sacred Phoenix. And activate Sangan's effect. Probably going to go ahead and get myself... Honestly, like, at this point, this is kind of the bad part of the deck. Like, nothing here is advantageous. I'll just get a Mystic Tomato because it's a bigger card than anything else, and I guess it can float into the Apprentice Magicians or the Jinzo. Not, or into the Jinzo, but I guess it will be a floater that will let me tribute into the Jinzo. And on summon, I'm going to Torrential Tribute. And he's thinking. Well, I figured he would be thinking. I do have the heavy to follow this up. And this will also, if he allows it to go through, give me the Sacred Phoenix the turn after. And that will just destroy all spells and traps again. So he is going to Judgment. That's fine with me. That is 4,000 life points gone. I think the play here is going to be I think I Nobleman of Crossout the Morphing Jar, and I could literally Tsukiyomi creature swap. So let's go for the Morphing Jar. If he allows it. These are the really hard games when you're playing, like, you just don't know what your opponent has. Could he have the non-aggression area? Could he have kind of the cards that are going to be getting him to that last turn OTK win stuff? I don't think he's running the best last turn build. As you've seen from my last turn games, those are some good last turn builds. The last turn beatdown is the way to go. Not last turn with Big Shield Gardna. You go straight beatdown. That was some of my favorite games to ever record. When I was recording that last turn match, and I genuinely was like beating someone down with a last turn deck, like, it just felt so funny to me. Okay, he's gonna let the Morphing Jar get banished though. He probably does have a way. I mean, that's okay, I think, what can I do here? I think I go ahead and Heavy Storm. Yeah, Heavy Storm, if he allows it. He's going to Judgment. Now I normal summon Mystic Tomato. Activate Creature Swap. That doesn't target, so it won't work with the Big Shield Gardna. Because it's a weird effect where the players choose, not your opponent. It's not like it's targeting the monster saying, I want this one. Is he asking if it targets? He's saying add a lot there. Yeah, I did. Alright. And then from there, yeah, just gonna go ahead and attack. GG's, bro. Alright. That is a good game. I really enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, like this video. If you dislike this video, go ahead and leave a dislike. I can't control what you do. You are a free person, and as a libertarian by belief, you are allowed to do whatever you want as long as it doesn't harm anyone else. And actually, when I say that, you know what? It does harm me on a personal level if you leave a dislike. So if you actually don't subscribe, leave a like, and tell your mom to go subscribe and leave a like, and your grandmother and your grandfather and your sister, actually especially your mom and your sister. I'm still single here. Help me find someone. Please just tell any girl in your life. I've looked at the analytics. Every one of you watching is somewhere between 18 and 35-year-old male. Come on, give me one female watching, just one. That's all I'm asking. Please, please, please tell one female that I exist. Thank you and goodbye.